Chris Cuomo here. Welcome to NewsNation and a happy new year to everybody. Met a lot of people on break, and most common question was, NewsNation, huh? How is it different? I said I'd be back today, and I'll show you. So, new folks checking us out, welcome. Let me just make it simple. NewsNation is built different. Not only do we not pick a side, as so many others have, especially on the digital dumpster fire that is the internet, but I challenge the idea that there are sides or parties. We cater here to the critical thinker, not groupthink. People like you who seek out food for thought even when it conflicts with their preconceived notions from their normal media diet. In fact, here we are especially satisfied when we get contrasting ideas. Why? Because steel sharpens steel, and you have to be challenged to learn, to improve. But I also challenge the premise that we have to be party first at all. I believe the parties are the problem, certainly not the solution. And look, we just certified, just today, the first national election that proves my point. We had more people vote in this election representing themselves as independent, meaning the obvious, not wanting to be owned by either Democrats nor Republicans, the highest number ever. There were actually more people who voted as independents than as self-described Democrats. And there were almost as many independents as there were Republicans, despite the outrage flowing through the ranks on the right. And we need to celebrate people acting in the interest of the many, not just the privileged parties. Let's take today, for example, okay? Have you seen videos like this?
No snowstorm is stopping me from certifying the election of President Donald J. Trump, and we'll be ready to get him inaugurated in just 2 weeks. Stay warm out there.
I'm Congressman Morgan Griffith. I'm here at the nation's capital, standing in the snow, and you might be wondering why. I'm here to make sure that we certify President Donald Trump as the next president of the United States.
I would march through the snow, I would crawl over broken glass, and I would walk on hot coals to ensure that we certify Donald J. Trump as the 47th president of the United States of America today.
Now, what bothers me is not their enthusiasm. It's the motivation for the enthusiasm. Glad they did their job. The last thing we need is more drama. But they're only happy to do the job in the snow as if it were a natural disaster because of who won. You know, none of these people would be anxious to do their job if they would do their job at all if Harris won. And that's the problem. You do the job regardless of who wins. We have too many who believe democracy is only good when they win. And if they don't, you cry foul and resist doing anything. That's because they think they work for the party, not the people. More proof, the shite show that we had 4 years ago. They had the same job 4 years ago, but you didn't see any videos like this. Instead, they pretended the election was rigged and led to this. I'm all about leaving the past in the past, but you got to learn from it. And the truth should be enough. January 6th was not a coup attempt. It was not an insurrection. However, what it was matters. A riot fueled by lies. Over 140 cops were assaulted that day. That matters. Several killed themselves thereafter. That matters. So no, it wasn't a peaceful tour. I don't care how you want to select the videos and put it up online to people who don't see it any other way but the way you show them and say, oh, they misled you. That's BS. Here you're going to get it, 360 degrees. And yes, it's the past. My opinion, Trump should leave it in the past instead of suggesting this.
Those people have suffered long and hard, and there may be some exceptions to it. I have to look. But, if somebody was radical, crazy.
But you're going to consider pardoning even those who've pleaded guilty to crimes, including assaulting police officers.
Well, sometimes they say, here's your choice.
You're not ruling it out.
Look, I know the system. The system's a very corrupt system. I'm going to look at everything. We're going to look at individual cases, yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to be acting very quickly.
Within your first 100 days, first day?
First day.
First day.
Yeah, I'm looking first day.
I think it's a mistake. You want to review sentences, fine. But the idea of absolving? I mean, look, that was a gotcha interview. He's got time to think now. He's got people around him. Either you respect the law or you don't. And the people who did what they did in that building didn't respect the law. Now, these men and women who are going to Congress again, they take an oath to the Constitution and to you, not to just the patsies and their parties. 147 Republicans voted to not certify the election in 2021. Based on what? Nothing, except Trump telling them to do it that way. All this said, to be fair, there is one person celebrating the job today that should get our respect, former VP Pence, because he did the job even with Trump telling him not to, and all that pressure from the cowards and supporters calling for him to be hanged. You remember that? Today, he said, good for the Democrats doing this. Even Harris doing the job despite losing. And he's right. I'm sad that it needed to be said and that it was said by so few, but I'm glad he said it. And good for the Democrats, going all in despite losing, as Pence said. It's the first time since 1988 that all the Democrats went in and said they're going to certify. It's the best move the Democrats have made since their blunder of allowing President Biden to run again without a primary. So, NewsNation is here to tell you when it was done right and wrong. And today, it was kind of both. But at least we're past the election. And now, you gotta hope for the best. If you love the country, you have to hope for the best. And that these men and women decide to do something for the rest of us. So, where are we headed? What does it seem like President-elect Trump will do once inaugurated? It does seem, from his own words, at least then, that he is going to make a statement about January 6th. He's going to keep it alive. Is that the right move? Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.